Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Wilds of Eldraine draft here on the channel. We're going to go pick by pick and play by play, talking through everything so you know what to do in your own drafts so you can improve at Limited and have more fun playing Magic. If you do enjoy this sort of thing, let me know. Hit the thumbs up button, comment, whatever you want to do. You can do neither of those things, just watching. It's great to have you along for the ride so you can witness how lucky I get, you know. Okay, so our rare is a board wipe, which tend to look better than they are in Limited. The way that this will work out a lot of the time is, like, if you can set it up properly, you kill a bunch of your opponent's creatures, only kill one or two of yours, and then you have more cards than your opponent. What often happens is that your opponent can kind of see it coming, especially in best of three, though this is best of one. And then they play around it, and then you kill the board, they deploy to the board first with their creatures, and then you end up a little bit behind. Hearth Elemental, on the other hand, is absolutely ridiculous. I actually haven't cast it. I've had it in my deck one time, I think, but I've had it cast against me, and it always feels like a 2-mana draw 2 followed by like a 2-mana 4/5 or something like that. And so it's just a really, really powerful card to have because you can just wait until it's your last card in hand and then get some crazy stuff going. This Greta is also quite good. I don't love starting with a 2-color card. Up the Beanstalk, I haven't played or seen it in play, but yeah, not a ton of reps with the deck that cares about casting super expensive things. Okie doke. So we have taken a red card first. And in this pack, there is only one red card. There is an uncommon missing, so this could just be a bad pack for red. The land is actually pretty nice if you do end up in white-black, though I don't think it really is like a reason to go into white-black. It's just like the sort of card that you can get a little bit later if you are in that white-black deck. I don't love Curiosity. It's kind of easy to kill or disrupt. Callous Sellsword can do some work in black-red. I do have the Hearth Elemental, but I don't necessarily need a card that's only good in one color pair. It is a bit limiting, especially because I might not play the Hearth Elemental. I mean, they could have taken a red uncommon after all. Graceful Takedown's a pretty good removal spell. Kellen's Lightblades has been decent. And I do like Return Triumphant in some decks. I think here it's between Graceful Takedown is just a green card, generically good, and Callous Sellsword, which is a card that's only really good in black-red. And I'm going to lean towards the Graceful Takedown because I can still just take this, play it in like really any deck, and have it be good. Also, I am streaming this on Twitch, so if I am talking to people or answering questions from people that you can't see, I will try to make that clear and explain everything. Okay, so now we see another pack with some pretty good options here. Princess Takes Flight is really good in certain white decks. If you can enable it with bargain synergies, it's really, really strong. Cursed Courtier is actually like okay, but it's kind of hard to set up, and so it's a lower priority for me than this card, which can sometimes be like the best card in your deck, and getting it third pick means that we will be able to get synergies with it. There's also a Hamlet Glutton, which is just really good as a green card. We already have a green card. In terms of red cards, Flick a Coin is fine, but I think it's significantly worse than the upside of Princess Takes Flight. As I said, this can be like the best card in your deck. So I think it's mainly narrowed down to between the Princess Takes Flight and Hamlet Glutton. At least that's my impression. And I think I'm going to take the Princess Takes Flight as a high upside pick. There's also some other decent cards. Freeze in Place can sometimes do some stuff, but I think Johann Stopgap is the best blue common in the pack. But we're seeing a few white cards here. Green, we could play green-white. And Flick a Coin. I don't like third picking that, but it is a card I like. Okay. Waste, not really a card that I've been able to enable or seen it enabled, so I'm not going to try it here. There is an Archon's Glory, which is exactly the sort of card that goes way up in value when you have the Princess Takes Flight, because it's just a way to sacrifice the Princess Takes Flight. There's also some red cards here. We see Witch's Mark. We see Frantic Firebolt, both of which play well with Hearth Elemental. So it's a kind of a question of, do I take a red card that goes well with Hearth Elemental or a white card that goes well with Princess Takes Flight? I don't really want to fourth pick a combat trick. I think I'm going to take the removal spell and see where that leads me. There's not a green card I really care about. This card's okay. We don't see tons of blue. We don't see tons of black. So I think we're kind of in the right lanes here, with red and white potentially being the most open. Frantic Firebolt's not always the best in red-white, but we might not even be white. So we'll just take the Frantic Firebolt. Okie doke. Now there is a Twisted Sewer Witch, which is really good in black-red specifically. And we are still early enough in the draft that we could just go that direction. There's also a Conceited Witch, which if we wanted to take Conceited Witch would be fine, because we could just still play like black-white or something like that. But I think it's lower upside than Sewer Witch, which is sometimes the best card in your deck, I think. I haven't really gotten there on the Rats deck before. It's kind of been a hard deck for me to draft. But I think it's worth speculating on here. Leaves myself very open. I can pivot around red to some degree. These cards are just kind of good in most decks. And again, I kind of like taking cards early in the draft, and pick 5 is still pretty early. I like taking cards that can be like the best card in my deck, because my opponents sometimes cast this card and I'm like, oh, there's no chance I win. And that's kind of a nice card to have access to if you are going to be drafting. Here we have another decision point. I mean, Voracious Vermin plays really well with the Sewer Witch. It makes you a rat. It makes you 2 rats, actually. There's also quite a few white cards here. Stockpiling Celebrant is perfect with the Princess Takes Flight. There's 4 white cards in the pack, so pretty unlikely that somebody took a white card here. And then there's also an Edgewall pack, which gives me further flexibility, just like pivoting around red a little bit. I think mainly the pick, though, is between Stockpiling Celebrant, which is the best white card in the pack, and taking something like a Voracious Vermin, which would go really well with the Sewer Witch. And honestly, it's kind of a tough pick for me. There's also the red card to stay even more flexible. I'm just going to take the Voracious Vermin, though. I think that card can do some good work. Immediate Punish. We see Ash pick 7. There's also a rat out. Because Ash would have been good if I'd taken the 4-mana 3/3 guy, the Menace guy, the dog that comes with the rat. Here I'm a little bit in worse shape because I didn't make that pick. It was a more flexible pick, but I tend not to prioritize 4-drops. I am going to take Ash. It's way more powerful than a rat out, and even if I do end up in black-red, I'm still staying flexible here. Some late green cards. I'm just going to take Dragon Mantle. It's pretty solid. It's good to put on a rat token or something. I do not like Red Cap Thief. That is not a card I have liked. That being said, there's nothing else for me to take here. It just feels like I don't ever really want a 2/3. Here, Return Triumphant can be okay. It's good with Ash. Just immediately brings it back as a 4/4. Gnawing Crescendo plays well with a bunch of rats. It was the only red card in the pack last time. I don't like Ariad's Whisper. I think I'll just take Return Triumphant over the Gnawing Crescendo. I can probably get one of those later. And I do like Return Triumphant in my red-white decks. Sure, I'll just take Return to the Brave the Wilds. I mean, maybe I'll open some crazy good green card. Ooh, Witch's Mark. That's pretty late for that. There's also a Collector's Vault. I think now, the way this is played out, I kind of wish that I had taken the red 4-drop, the 4-mana 3/3. But I'm not too unhappy with where I'm at. I think the Voracious Vermin is a better pickup for usually a lot of the time in those decks. We get a Not Dead After All. We get a last pick, Break the Spell. Okay. It's going to be dependent somewhat on what we open. And we open a Candy Grapple, which is a really good black card. And there's a Ginger Brute for a red-white deck, but this is an easy Candy Grapple. The discrepancy in power level is really high. Blue's the only color I'm not super interested in, but this is a fine blue card. We'll take Grapple. I might even have taken the Sweet Tooth Witch second out of this pack. I don't mind playing... I mean, the only white card... So one thing that's interesting is the best white card I saw after like pick 3 where I took Princess Takes Flight was Ash. And Ash doesn't mean that white is open. It means that red-white is open, which isn't necessarily the same thing. Because if someone's sniping all of the white cards I want, it doesn't matter if I'm getting Ash. I'm still not going to end up with a great deck. I did get a few white cards, but mostly I'm pretty sure I'm playing red. And we're figuring out the rest. Imidane's Recruiter, pick 2. This is an easy pick. We might not end up playing red-white, but this card is still fantastic. We would be playing Red Cap Thief just to get a treasure to help splash it. It's just really, really strong. That card, you win it a lot of the times that you draw it. At this point, there's no chance we play green, I don't think. We second picked a Graceful Takedown, and then we did not come even close to taking a green card, or we never really considered green cards. But this is a very easy Imidane's Recruiter. We have a couple of red cards. We have mostly red. I think we are going to play either red-white or red-black. Getting an Imidane's Recruiter, it does thrive in red-white. I'm kind of going to put it in the 5-drop slot. Okay, there's a Harried Spearguard. There is a Dutiful Griffin, 5-mana 4/4 flyer. Still just a solid card in your red-white deck. Harried Spearguard would be better in my rat deck. I just don't know how open that deck is, and I think I'd rather just... I got this card very late, so I think that rat deck might be open. It's going to be tough. I tend not to prioritize the expensive cards. I already have a couple of expensive cards, even if I was in that deck. Maybe I could make Harried Spearguard work in red-white. I don't love the Harried Spear Guard, though. It's just kind of weak. Yeah, I think I need to try it, though. Perfect. I get immediately rewarded. Let's go. There's a Twisted Sewer Witch. Could I wheel Twisted Sewer Witch if I wanted to play Candy Grapple? I don't think so. I think Sewer Witch is really good in the red-black deck, and I really want to try red-black because I haven't been able to make it work before. And with 2 Sewer Witches, I probably have a shot. This pack is so good for me. There's a Candy Grapple, there's a Rat Catcher Trainee. I'm probably not going to wheel anything I want. Okay, now there's a Vermin. I just want any card that makes rats at this point. Flick a Coin is great. Hopeless Nightmare is great. I don't really have the cards to make Hopeless Nightmare truly absurd. But this is an easy Vermin, I think. Firebolt, I have 3 instants, 1 sorcery, so I should be able to deal 3 with it. I like Nightmare a lot. I'll hopefully get a rat out back. Now we get an Edgewall pack. Hopeless Nightmare is also just a great card. I love Hopeless Nightmare. This Imidane's Recruiter is going to be good even if I can't get white mana, which is nice. Edgewall pack is probably the best 4-drop I can get for this deck. Hopeless Nightmare is not a creature. It just doesn't make rats. So I don't know how highly I can prioritize it. I do love that card, though. Let's go on that rat train. Redcap Thief is going to be, like, debatable whether I include it. I might just play Imidane's Recruiter as the +1/+0 version. I might try to get some better treasure thing, like a Flick a Coin, to cast the 2 guys. If I could get 2 Flick a Coins, I would just happily cut that guy. Dragon Mantle plays good with rats. Not Dead After All plays good with cards that generate rats, because then you, like, buy it back and you get a rat. Plays great with Sewer Witch. So now there's a Spellscorn Coven. I think I'll take that as a 4-drop. It's more of a grindy option, but there's also a rat out. I just like this card a lot. It's just very, very good in my opinion, and I don't think rat out is particularly high priority. Just getting a good black uncommon. This isn't too worrisome. There weren't any great cards for me. 1 mana, deal 1. Let's go. Sure, I'll take Candy Trail. I could potentially play that, though probably won't end up having to. Currently lacking 2-drops, but that's... yeah, that is kind of the end of the world. I won't sugarcoat it. Okay, we get 1 Gnawing Crescendo. I think red... it feels like black red decks want 1 Gnawing Crescendo. In this draft, all I care about is 2-drops now. Late Stone Splitter Bolt. Don't mind if I do. Yes, we got Flick a Coin back. So, cutting my Redcap Thief now. Oppression's not very good. Here we're just going to get an easy Torch the Tower. This card's not my favorite, but Torch the Tower is great. Early interaction is just what this deck needs. I've got the Flick a Coin to make a treasure to potentially cast the Imidane's Recruiter. If I get a second Flick a Coin, I'll be very happy. Or maybe a Crystal Grotto. Okay. I would love to take Minstrosity. Is it going to wheel is the question. The other question is, can I afford to take Back for Seconds over the removal spell, which I really want the removal spell. I have 1 removal spell so far, 2 removal spells, 3 removal spells, 4 removal spells. And Back for Seconds seems pretty good in this deck because I have a lot of, like, expensive grindy cards. Stab Wound is maybe not the best in this deck because I'm not, like, flying over. I could also just take Minstrosity, get a 2-drop. Here I'm going to take the 2-drop over the Superior Belligerent. Raid Bombardment also seems good. Makes all of my 1/1 rats attack for 2. Maybe I could just take Raid Bombardment. Well, we're going to play this guy. Who cares if we have no 2-drops? Let's go. Okay, now I have to take this over the rat. Much as I would love to get the rat, I just have to take a 2-drop. And now I'm actually just going to like play a Plains and an Evolving Wilds if I get one. I know there was an Evolving Wilds in my opening pack. Maybe I can wheel that. Now I will play the Red Cap Thief, I think. Get a rat out. Perfect. I don't think I need Gnawing Crescendo because I have Imitate's Recruiter that does the same job better. Raid Bombardment also seems pretty cool in this deck. I've heard good things. That's why I wanted to try it. Witch's Mark. There's this card that makes treasures. Ooh, Late Vermin. This deck could struggle in the early turns. I'm just putting all the cards that I might cut over here. Beautiful, we got a Crystal Grotto. That'll help me with Imidanes. I would love a back for seconds, but I just can't afford to take it. A 2-drop is such a gift. And you know what they say about Nicolai? He never looks a gift horse in the mouth. Back for seconds is like absurd. Or it has been every time I've cast it. Yes, we got the 2-drop pack. We ended up with 3 2-drops. And then a couple early removal spells. That's huge. What a game changer. We even got the Crystal Grotto. So now we have Crystal Grotto and Flick a Coin. And we got back Edgewall pack. I wouldn't mind Impact Tremors just to try it. We have a lot of creatures and cards that make multiple creatures. Edgewall pack is perfect. So now we can just start cutting all of our like random cards. So I think Crystal Grotto and then a couple of Treasure Makers will be good enough. Skewer Slinger or another. I'm not even playing the one Gnawing Crescendo I have. I might just play Skewer Slinger. Probably not though. I think that card's bad. I might just play Gnawing Crescendo. It could just be good to have 3 effects like that. Okay. I think with 2 Imidane's Recruiters, the Red Cap Thief goes way up because I just play this on turn 4 then. I got enough removal, so I'm going to cut this. Definitely playing Flick a Coin. Going to cut the Witch's Mantles. Going to cut the Dragon Mantle. Going to cut the Not Dead After All. Gonna have to make another cut. I think a lot of these cards fill the same role. Wow, got this guy. This deck looks great to me. Super excited to play this one. We only have to make some very minor tweaks. We have 3 sources of white mana. We're going to be very conservative with our treasures for our guys. How many lands am I going to play? 17. I have a lot of 5-drops to cast. I would have actually played Plains if I got an Evolving Wilds in this deck. Maybe I still am supposed to play a Plains. Though it's only 2 white cards and I've kind of got 3 sources. Yeah, Crystal Grotto makes this a good mana base. I could cut... I have 1 removal spell. 2, 3, 4 removal spells, so that's pretty good. My 2-drop slot is okay. I'm playing every 3-drop I have here. These are mostly 5-drops. I just love all the rats here. Gnawing Crescendo is probably my cut. Because I already have the 2 Imidanes for Mass Pump and the Raid Bombardment. It's just too much if I play the 4th one. And then I like having 2 Punishers for 1 toughness. And what's the last cut here? I think I've got pretty high card quality. It's mostly going to be a card quality here thing now, I think. My worst card is maybe Red Cap Thief. I think I'm going to cut the Harried Spear Guard. Cutting a land here makes no sense because I have so many expensive cards to cast. This one even scries me. This one's good value. I've got this thing as a mana sink. I think Harried Spearguard is my lowest impact card. It is a rat, but I have 16 creatures. This should be good. This is going to be the deck. Let's see if we can rat it up. See you in the games. If you have been enjoying my channel and would like to help support my content, you can do so at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patrons gain access to some exclusive rewards, like access to my tier list and some bonus content and things like that. But also the Patreon funds help me continue making high quality videos on a consistent basis. So if my drafts or my draft guide have helped you win a couple more booster packs or helped you have more fun playing Magic, then you can support my content and help me continue making these videos by becoming a patron. Huge shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really means a lot to me. But without further ado, let's get to the games. To round one. Easy keep. Trust in the heart of the Crystal Grotto. It will scry me to mountain. It will scry me to mountain. Well, that's a good card. I'm going to keep it. I am greedy. I am greed. Some would say I am Groot. But I am greed. Groot's older brother. Groot was but a tree branch compared to my mightiness. Oh, no. Oh, no! This is not going well. My greed shall be my undoing. Also the fact that I love drawing my swamps. Big fan of the old swamps. I was too greedy. I need a swamp. I mean a mountain. I don't need a swamp. I don't need a swamp! I swear! No! Pain! Pain! And now there's nowhere to hide when you pushed my love aside. No! Pain! Get him! This is the end. We did our best. We tried. We fought. We kept a sketchy hand and we scried sketchily. Kept a sketchy hand. We did a sketchy scry. And now we are... Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, at least they didn't develop their board. They say right before they play a 5-drop. Please, show mercy, please! Don't play a Hamlet glutton! Please! I am but a humble crystal grotto! No! Oh, pain! I can see my doom is imminent! It's a red card! No! Oh, that's not good. That is not good. And now I hit concede because nothing I can do will win in this spot. If I had drawn a mountain, this game would have been close because I would have been doing some dangerous stuff. I would have been playing spells, but it was not to be. When your 3-drop gets flicked by a coin, I guess rats are susceptible to coins more so than other creatures. Just the size ratio. It's just the rat isn't that much bigger than the coin. And so when the coin stomps on him, it just hurts. If I'd been on the play that game, maybe I would have been fine. Also, I probably should have scried away the Immodane's Recruiter. I just got so greedy because I had my Crystal Grotto to play him. Oh, the greed! The greed was not good. Oh, but now we get to destroy a Mythic player. The benefit is if Mythic players get absolutely hosed if they lose to a non-Mythic player. And so we're going to get to capitalize on that. Are we on the play? Okay, so we're going to lead with this so we can scry to look for a swamp. Oh, pain. I'm going to keep it. I think I have to keep it. It lets me play my Redcap Thief. And then I can play Monstrosity on turn 3. I keep drawing Crystal Grotto, and it's not being very good. But it's funny because, at the same time, Crystal Grotto's being good in some ways, where it's like, I needed a swamp this game, and it's going to be a swamp for me. Last game I needed a mountain. Actually, I messed that up. I should have played Redcap Thief, I think. Because then I could have played both my black spells this coming turn. think. Using the treasure. Totenance. Totenance. I will hit you with my minty strosity. I should have played Voracious Vermin first, then they wouldn't even be considering a block. But I kind of want them to block. So, maybe I was outplaying them. This next turn I get to deploy the rest of my hand. Harried Spear Guard. It's a Spear Guard. I'm really bad at playing black-red in this set. I always lose. Very badly, it feels like. No block. No block. Well, that's a good card. I will just hang out, do my thing. One, two, three, four, five. No attacks. I can just chill. I'll play the two twos, and then I'm going to play both of these in a turn. And life will be good. In the hood, as they say. I'm not sure I like the way this is going. Pain. If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. The Eldraine recruiter is coming, my worthy opponent. Your Hive negotiator may be able to block, but can your other creatures block? Certainly not your rat token. Ha ha ha! Evil. Ah, yes, 'tis evil. So, if I had known I was going to draw to land, I would have just played Raid Bombardment, probably. But we should be fine anyway. Sure, they're going to make a bunch of rats, but all their guys are 1 toughness, so they don't have good blockers. What? That is the craziest attack I've ever seen in my life. This is a bit of a non-bow, isn't it? It is a bit of a non-bow. I deal 1 damage with my Raid Bombardment. Yep. And they take 3, 6, 9, 12. And they're making a bunch of rats. I shouldn't have attacked with my Voracious Vermin, I'm realizing. I'm setting them up for success. Oh, that was a really bad attack. If I just hadn't attacked with my 3-1, I think that would have gone a lot better for me. That attack was not great. Let's just say that much. We'll just say it out loud. That was a pretty weak attack. That's what you're supposed to do with that card. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why do I... Oh, I suck at black-red. I literally always lose when I play black-red. I've never had a good black-red deck. I've never had a good black-red deck. This one looks so good to me, and I'm losing so badly. Maybe splashing the Eldraine's part is greedy. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't have even been that set if I hadn't attacked, because my blocks weren't that good. And none of my creatures are good blockers, really. Am I just taking the wrong black-red cards? I feel like my deck has absurd card quality. I have so many rats. I guess I'm supposed to be playing the Spear Guard. Looked pretty good when my opponent had it, but that's because I attacked a bunch of 3-1s into it. I attacked a bunch of 3-1s into their 1-1s. I'm used to just playing Eldraine and winning without thought. Okay, finally, I will say, I finally have both of my colors in my opening hand, and I think that was cramping my style. At least a smidge. Also, I hate Red Cap Thief. I hate that I have to play this card to enable my other good cards. Maybe they'll get the 1/1, and then I can snipe it. Only one of us can have a rat, good sir, and it shall be me. It shall be my rat. Would I rather have a 3/3 or a rat in play? With the Sewer Witch, I think I'd rather have the rat in play. That maybe isn't true. I kind of need some time to develop it. Because I want to go 3, 4. I mean, 3, 4, 5. Getting a 3/3 into play would be pretty good right here, because then they can't attack me for 2. But I don't think they're the beat down here with their black-green deck. So we'll just play our guy. Chillax. Play calm, play calm. Lay low, lay low. Okay, they play the Sweet Tooth Witch. Sure, sure. Perfect. I just need a land. I only need 1 land, really. Ugh. And oh no, it is the cookie. The toughest. Oh no, there's 2 cookies. No! Pain. Pain and sadness. Well, 0-3 never felt so good. I felt like this deck was really good. I felt like it was a good deck, but it wasn't. It was bad. And I've learned that now. If only I had drawn a land, I might have had a hope. But sadly, all I can draw are spells. We're going to block like this. Sure. They're going to put it on their food. What a play. What a sick line. If only I had drawn that last turn. But now the game's already over. Gosh darn it. I feel betrayed. What? They have another Spiteful Hex Mage? Oh, this is rigged. It's rigged, I say. Rigged. Charge. This is bad. Oh, we've totally lost. Honestly, if we had drawn that in the opposite order, I think we would have had a chance. The fact that they've just been cookieing me up is really sad. They should attack with everyone here, I think. I eat their 3/2, but I go to 1. And so then I need to deploy 2 blockers to have a shot. Yep. Oh. You're saying there's a chance? Is land good for me? I think so. So next turn I can play my card, block the 3/4 and the 4/4, beat by chumping. Play this to maximize damage. Now I'm not dead on board. Because I can block their 3/2 and their 4/4. And if they don't make the 4/4, then I'm not in any risk. Oh my gosh, I really want to win this game so I can keep playing with this deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Fingers crossed! Fingers crossed! Fingers crossed! And the rats get the job done. I kept the land on top so I could double spell this coming turn. So I can play like Coven and Grand Balgeist to give myself extra blockers. But if they fire up that food, they've been stuck on 3 lands this whole game. And there's yes! So they can fire up a 4/4, eat that guy. Do they have like a mass buff spell or something? Oh my gosh. Is this the trade I get to make? Oh my gosh. That's devastating. What the heck was that? Holy jeez. That's the best? Oh my gosh. We're gonna win. Yes. We're gonna win. Oh my gosh. I never thought it was possible. The Rats. Yes. Oh my gosh. We were so low. Oh my gosh. Yes! Your Hamlet glutton means nothing in the face of a swarm! Yeah! Baby! We did it! We're going to change the deck. We're going to add that 1/1 guy, that harried spear guard. What a roller coaster of emotions. Oh, we start off 0-2. We almost 0-3'd. But no! We survived. We would have lived at 1 life point. Our opponent was horrifically mana screwed. Any more lands that game and we would have lost easily, probably. But those 4/4s, they kept it coming. Coming round the bend, and I ain't seen a 4/4 since I don't know when. Their tough cookies are no match for the rats eat cheese. Oh, yes. I would love to play this. There's so many cards I want to play. I really want to play this guy. I really want to play this guy because I've got a lot of ETB stuff. I think I have to play this guy, though. And then I don't know what I cut. I probably cut like this card or something. Some non-synergy piece. Let's try cutting that guy. I don't know. It's tough. That card's pretty good in my deck, I think. Pretty good. If I could get it to 3-3, I'd be very happy. My goodness. I hate the stupid red cap guy. I think I'm going to cut the red cap guy. I just hate drawing him. Then I only have 2 ways to get the Imidanes guys out. And Imidanes is really, really good. But the 2/2 part, is that the good part of it? Or is just the +1/+0 really good in my deck? What do you think, chat? What do you think, YouTube comments? Should I play the 3-mana 2/3, make a treasure that I absolutely despise? I mean, it's not that bad of a card, but it feels pretty miserable. In order to just enable the Imidane's adventure part? Or should I just play a higher card on individual merits? Can I afford to play a bad card in order to enable my good card? And does that make my good card not as good? It's really tough. Man. Yes. Yes. We will scry, find a 2-drop or a land. Yes, we'll keep the land. We need to be able to deploy our cards. We need to be able to deploy them. We don't have a 2-drop, but that's fine. We're going to go this guy, this guy, this guy. When we do draw the witch, it will be game over. We drew the witch! Kill the beast. Through the dark, through the da 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 da. It's from Beauty and the Beast. I just don't know the words of that song, but it's such a sick, like, sound to it. Of course, they flicked the coin. The coin has been flicked. It's true. Through the dark, through the mist. He's got fangs. Razor sharp ones. He's got claws. He's got I've heard some opposing opinions on this. Am I pro or anti 17 lands? I don't really like 17 lands. I mean, it just, in my opinion, makes the game less fun. It's almost like has anyone here played chess and seen like the like solvers or whatever it is, where it's like they just like know what the computer tells them what the right move is. It's kind of like that. Where like, sure, it can make like it can like do stuff like that, but like I don't know, it's more fun to just figure stuff out. That's my opinion, at least. It's also not particularly interesting hearing content people talk about it a lot of the time, because people are just like, oh yes, and then this is this on 17 lands, and it's like, okay, sure. Oh my gosh. What are they gonna take? They get back Flick a coin? No, that's actually really kind of annoying for me. Because I really want to just get this witch down. And then get four wicked counters. Oh, they're taking a counter spell. Is that even going to help them? I mean, I guess they get to counter one of my plays, but I can just like use this thing at instant speed. Keep hitting them with my 3/3 menace. They're not even playing their fairy? What's happening? Sure, they can use their Kellen's Light Blades. I'm ready. Red bind click. Sure. Probably gonna just play their Threadbind click next turn. We'll pass. I would love to draw a swamp this coming turn. Do they counter this? Thank goodness. Yes! It's just such a blowout. Oh my gosh. How do you possibly win when they get 4 wicked counters on their rats? I'm actually kind of surprised they countered that, to be honest. Next turn I can have my rat out and my Totenals. Totenals, the Swarm Piper. But he has like weird flavor text, doesn't he? Like the rats understood me. Yeah, among the rats he found it's the acceptance that no humans ever gave him. Like what the heck? Oh, that's kind of annoying. But I can play Totenals, the Swarm Piper. It's a swarm of rats. It's a swarm of rats. And I can actually pay 3 if they do have a spell stutter or whatever it's called. Razor sharp ones. Okay. That's not going to end up well for them. Totenals, the hero that we need. The hero that we deserved. I can give my rats Death Touch. Are you ready for that? Target attacking rat gains Death Touch. Yes. Oh, yes. Totenants, 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 Totenants. Swarm Piper. Heck yes, we went from 0 to hero very quickly. Oh, the other thing I want to add about 17 lands is people throw out numbers with no context, and that gets really annoying. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about it still. I knew I'd been forgetting something. But yeah, like when you hear like someone that knows what they're doing talk about 17 lands, you're like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then you hear like somebody who has no idea what they're talking about, and you're just like, well, that's kind of irritating. Do they have... Are they just going to play their 3/3? Depending on how they spend their mana this turn, I might have lethal. Bum, 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 bum. They probably have a lot of decisions, and I have very few. Mine is just attack with my rats. Yes, okay, so now that I have lethal. Because I cast my rat on the end step, and then they can't possibly block enough damage. Even drew the Spear Guard. Haste, baby. Woo! Got to 2 wins! Let's go! Unstoppable. Though still on the topic of 17 lands, I do sometimes like glance at stuff just because I'm curious, because it is kind of cool to see like if a car, like if you get like I look at it sometimes when it's like oh, I wonder if this rare is actually good that I've never played with before, and you can sometimes get a sense, though you can't always. That's one of the things is like it's like the classic like, oh, I trust myself to look at the numbers. But I also have studied a lot of math and stuff, but and not a lot, not like, I mean, compared to the average person, I've studied a lot of math, but it's more like I don't like go too deep on a lot of the stuff. It's more just like, okay, I'll look at this thing. I'm curious on like one particular card type stuff, like what the numbers are on it. So yeah, it's kind of a slippery slope. It's not that interesting. I usually would like think about it in terms of like cards within a color, because that's where I feel like it can actually be somewhat useful. Because like just being like, I'll hear comments like 9 of the top 10 commons are black or something, or black or red or something like that. But it's like cards benefit from being in the same color as other good cards, and so they kind of all carry each other. Whereas like an individual card isn't like individually better. Okay, we'll keep this. Okay, we have some good draws here. But yeah, I think it makes content less interesting and helpful for me when I'm listening to people talk about numbers, because it's like, okay, well, what do you think about stuff? Okay, let's see. Okay, we got a land. Let's go. I'll just hit him for 3. This is like the worst case scenario for Imidane's Recruiter. It's just doing nothing here, which is kind of funny. Oh, what a draw. That was so good. I mostly played it because I wanted to trade with their Hollow Scavenger here. And I knew they couldn't block. So I knew it would do 5 damage to them. You would have taken a mulligan there? That would be insane to me. I couldn't imagine taking a mulligan there. I have so many good cards. Like, I'm just going to play another Imidane's Recruiter and the game is over, it feels like. Ruby, darling! Ruby, my darling! It's so nice to see you! Oh my goodness, Ruby! How have you been? I'm not going to attack with this guy because they have a free block. Here they're going to have to trade for something. Ruby, my darling. Once I draw a land, I'll be in okay shape. That thing can't block. That's good. They're attacking me? That's insanity. I cannot believe that there is a world where that is correct. Oh my gosh. The greed! Okay, well. I think I play my Twisted Sewer Witch and send the team. Because they can block and eat one of my guys. But they're taking a lot of damage here. They're taking at least 5. And I have 2 Wickeds in play. Yep, that's the block I thought they'd make. That's not a block I thought they'd make. I guess they have a combat trick. Okay, sure. I still have a Menace guy and a Wicked counter and a removal spell, so still feeling pretty okay about this. They can hit me for 1, 4, 8, 12, 14 damage. Maybe I should have been worried. Holy heck. They can hit me for 14. Jeez. Maybe I should have just killed Hollow Scavengers. Hearth Elemental has not been doing much. Gosh, I was really hoping they didn't have a combat trick for the Ruby. This will give me a nice scry too. Oh my gosh. That's a series of draws right there. No attacks. Go ahead, opponent. Do your worst. Actually, don't do your worst. Do mediocre. Think medium. My gosh, I just get to snipe Ratcatcher and then snipe Ruby and then kill them. My gosh, what a victory. This shall be quite a victory. Our grandchildren will tell us of this tale. How the coin killed the trainer. Please don't have hexproof. No! They flicked him with their own coin! Oh my gosh. The pain. I don't actually want to attack here. This is... yeah. No attack. Oh, I could have attacked with this guy, maybe. Outflicked. I cannot believe they outflicked me like that. What an evil thing to do. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Godric, okay. That's not good. But Godric will soon perish. Soon you shall die, Godric. Soon you will die. A Witch Stalker, okay. Sure. I just want to kill Godric because I'm terrified of him. Ruby's kind of scary. The Edgewall pack is kind of scary, but nothing quite as scary as that Godric over there. They have no cards in hand. So if I bargain this away and kill their Edgewall pack, I can kill the Ruby. If I attack with both of these guys, I have to block something. I'll trade this thing for their 2/3, and they'll go to 3. I'm going to cast this to see if I can draw a mountain into something else, and then I can play this guy. Beautiful. Now I'm happy to make the trade. They can kill my Menace guy, and I can kill Ruby. The whole reason I didn't bargain with the treasure is for this exact play. That I can now play my land and get the Hearth Elemental down, which is going to be a huge card here. Spear Guard, sure. I would have saved Spear Guard if I was them. Just gonna attack with my 2 guys. One mana 4/5 is a good bargain, I would say. Looks like we're gonna win this. We're in good shape. We're in good shape! Did we stabilize? Yes! We were kind of beating them down. I don't know why I said stabilize. We almost lost. They were like 2 points of damage off killing us if they had a removal spell for our guy that one turn. Yes! The rats continue to swarm! Are we 3-3 or are we 2-3? Did we just get to a 50% win rate with this deck? Am I not bad at rats after all? Is this a real way to talk in real life? Do people actually talk like this? Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, does NicolaiBolas actually talk like a functional human? Oh, baby! 3-2! Let's go! We could have a winning record! We were 0-2! We were on our last legs! It looked like we were about to lose! And now we have claimed 3 victories in a row! Now we have proven all of the doubters wrong who said, you can't win with 2 Immodane's Recruiters in your deck! You can't win with a 4/5 Hearth Elemental guy playing for 1 mana! You can't win like that! But no, we proved them wrong! Today and every day! On the draw, do we keep such a sketchy hand? Yes, of course we do! For we shall draw the swamp! First try, we shall scry the swamp to the top! With our Crystal Grotto! Yes, of course! I never doubted it for a second! We shall play our Minstrosity on turn 2. We shall flick a coin a creature of theirs. Oh, they have their own Minstrosity! You think that you know what a Minstrosity is, but you don't, opponent. You have no concept of Minstrosity. I invented Minstrosity. I molded him. You see those candy canes he is composed of? That was me. Oh, baby. This is satisfying. Oh, yes! Yes, sure. Yeah, sure. Whatever. We shall kill your Minstrosity. Do I want to get aggro here? Well, they'll probably not trade. I think I can win a long game here. They have 4 cards. They're going to get 2 for 1 out of this. I just have to stabilize, I think. And then I can use this as a removal spell, the Minstrosity. Yes, I wanted to make this trade. They might have bring him back or something, but they also could just have a trade. Heck yes. And I already have my treasure out too for if I do draw my guy. There's a starman waiting in the sky. Edgewall pack has been so sick this draft. Let's go. Raid Bombardment, not so much. I did want to try it though. It has not been very good. I should probably just cut it for something else. Okay, they're playing small ball. We're gonna go bigger. We're gonna go home. No, we're not gonna go home. We're gonna go bigger. We're gonna go home. Something's gonna go home. There shall be a home involved. They scribe 2 to the top. Probably 2 lands. Okey-doke. Attack. They do not block. That is fair. That is very fair. I respect that decision. Do I want to sacrifice my rat? Not to do much, just to make my guy a 3/3. I don't think so. I'll just play him as a 2/2. And we shall play Raid Bombardment. You think that any 2-mana adventure creature would be better? I mean, adventure spell would be better than Raid Bombardment? Well, I don't have a 2-mana adventure spell that I'm not playing. It's not like I'm playing this over a Ratcatcher trainee. Not the gumdrop buttons. And the damage could maybe add up. You never know. Do I trade? I don't think so. Because if I trade on my turn, then I deal an extra point of damage. That's a good draw. They also have a food cracking up. That's the block they make? What? What? Je ne comprends pas. Pourquoi est-ce que mon opponent do such a thing? Why would they do such a thing? I do not understand. They traded their 3-2 instead of their 2-2. I guess they really care about vigilance? That's just bizarre to me. Bizarre. Très bizarre. No, the gumdrop. Poisoner is here. Sure, I will bargain to kill this thing. To get a scry on. Get rid of that land. Exile that guy. I just don't want to take damage here. Well, that's going to win me the game. This game is just completely over. I'm feeling very confident that I can win this. Based on what just happened. Because I'm going to get to double them up. Yeah, sure. Whatevs. Hit me for 3, gain 3. Every time I hit them with these, I gain even more. Sure. I don't want them to have like a combat trick or something that really wrecks me there. They're going to get to make the trade no matter what. Okay, I don't think they have a combat trick. Now I think I do kind of want to just block with it. And the gumdrop poisoner is going to hit me for 3. I'm going to hit them for 4. I should have trusted my gut. I knew they had something. Never, okay. I really hope I win this game. I feel like letting them get value with... I mean, their rat out was probably going to get value. It was going to kill my vermin. If they didn't kill their thing right now. I mean, stockpiling Celebrant is a heck of a card. Don't get me wrong. They're getting tons of value out of it. My Imminent Recruiters have gotten me value, don't get me wrong either, but not quite the same level. I might even want to stagger the Imminent Recruiters, just so my rat tokens are more relevant for longer. They scry 2 to the top. That's not a good sign. They have so much card advantage. My vermin could get very big here. Do they actually have the stupid combat trick? They're just owning me at every turn. This is not going well. I thought I would be in much better shape here. Yeah, so I get punished for not playing both my guys, I guess. And they've just been gaining infinite life here as well. Raid Bombardment has been really bad. If I could finally get this off the board, it would be such a relief. If I draw my 1/1 guy, oh my gosh, of course they have a second Neba. My gosh, this is an unwinnable game. I never had a chance. Gumdrop Poisoner is absurd. Yeah, this is just too tough. Yeah, good game, opponent. Good game. We got to a 3-3 record, though. We tried. I'm just going to concede. I cannot win. Oh my gosh. That was tough. That was tough. Well, we got to 3-3. I don't think there was anything we could have done that last game differently, really. I mean, I had a lot of close plays. The problem was I just can't compete with their value, their grindiness, and I didn't draw enough of my spells. If I had drawn one of my Wicked Witches, the ones that turns Wicked counters on everything, maybe I could have done something. But, you know, going from 0-2 to 3-3 still feels like a major win. Huge victory. So, if you did make it all the way to the end of this video, I mean, this was a weird deck too, because I had a lot of weird building decisions. I think Voracious Vermin is just a bad card, it feels like. It always gets hit by Flick a Coin when I play it. And I also didn't like Raid Bombardment. Raid Bombardment was really bad. Like, if this was like a real spell, I might have had a shot. Like, if this was a removal spell, like, say I had cut Raid Bombardment and I just had, like, Stone Splitter Bolt, I just killed our 3-2 lifelinker, and I just win the game fairly easily, I think. But I did want to try this. Harried Spearguard was also kind of bad. I mean, I never drew it, actually, so who knows. But I feel like if I had just, like, played a Stone Splitter Bolt instead of a Raid Bombardment, then I probably would have won that game. But trying out cards is kind of the name of the game for me. I like to get some reps. And, yeah, this card was not very good at all. This card was great. This card was great. This card was a real nice performer. I like the removal spell. I also really used my removal spells aggressively there. If I had used Like, because I just use like Taken by Nightmares to kill a 2/2 or something, so I could enable some attacks. But if I had used it on their Gumdrop guy, because I think I wanted to kill their Gumdrop guy with something or other, and then I never did. Like I candy grappled something else maybe. Like I candy grappled Neva instead. But if I had just saved my removal and used my removal a little bit better, I might have had a better shot as well. Because their 3/2 lifelinker gained them like, I don't know, like 10 life that game, which was pretty significant. But I used my removal very aggressively to try and push damage, and it did not work. But yeah. Anyway, if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag #RatComeback in the comment section down below, #RatComeback, because it was pretty cool to get the comeback win. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.